I'm going to go through how I like wrapping my hands. Now, there are so many different techniques for this. I'm going to show you a few different ways here. Then you can decide which ways you really like doing yourself, yeah? But I use a bit of gaffer tape and obviously wraps. What I do with the gaffer tape is I rip the gaffer tape halfway down, yeah? I'm just going to do one hand, so I'll do this quick, yeah? Stick it on. Another bit. Stick it on. So that's a gaffer tape. Ripped in half. And then, what we're doing, yeah? So, thumb around the loop. And I keep it nice and simple. I always go kind of 3 down the wrist. Yeah. I go 3 up the wrist. And I try and keep these nice and even. Yeah. I go 3 around the knuckles. You'll battle with the wraps over the years. And then once you've got 3 up, 3 down, 3 over the knuckles, I fill this space in between. Yeah. So we go over the back of the hand here and round. Let's go in a cross position. So over and round this way. Over and run this way. And then once I've got that bit kind of filled in, then it's down to you what you want to do. You can put a bit more around your wrist if you feel like putting a bit around your wrist. I like to put a bit more around my knuckles to give a bit of strength around my knuckles. Yeah. And then when you've got roughly kind of half a meter left, I kind of wrap that back round, and then that's when I go tightly around my wrist. So when you're starting off, go nice and loosely, because if you go too aggressive with the wrapping, you're squeezing your hands will naturally swell when you're punching and working out. So if you're too tight and you start putting the wraps on too tight, you'll feel your fingers going numb. Then once I've got the hand wrapped on, I never wrap my thumb, because if you hit your thumb, it really hurts, either if it's wrapped or not wrapped. Yeah. And then all I do is tape in between my knuckles with the gaffer tape. So upon in between the knuckles, yeah? And then this keeps the wraps there nice and tightly. And then I get the gaffer tape and I just go over the knuckles just to secure that. And that is how I wrap my knuckles before I train each and every day. I'll go through some variations and techniques as well. So this is a version or variation 2 of wrapping your hands. And again, like I said, when you're wrapping your hands, you're wearing such a long time you're training. I would do as many different variations and styles that you think you see or follow, or not even just from me, from other people, and then see what suits you. Like, there's never one way, there's a million ways. I think it's always funny when someone goes, this is the way you do something. Generally, there's so many ways to skin a cat. So this is going in between the knuckle, in between the fingers this time. So not using any tape. So I'm going to go round the hand. You can go around the hand a couple of times. Yeah. And again, kind of keeping everything nice and evenly spaced. And then come back up. And then you can wrap round, little finger first. Go around wrist. Yeah. I'm going to go in between middle finger and kind of ring finger. And then round wrist. And then you go around index finger and middle finger and round the wrist. And this time I'm going to wrap the thumb in as well. So this time I'm going to go over the thumb here. And then that's wrapped in as well there. And then once I've wrapped that in there, then I'm going to wrap and cover up my knuckles. Yeah. And again, when you've got about half a meter left again, then you can just kind of file down and wrap that in and wrap in your knuckles. That is a style that people do. I personally don't like this style. I don't like that feeling of them in between my knuckles, and I'd rather use the bandages around my wrist and my knuckles for support and then tape it. I find it's a lot easier way, but some people don't want to do that. So there's variation. I'm going to go for variation 3 now, but I'm not going to tape them, but I'm going to put my thumb in and tape my thumb in, because some people like having their thumb taped in, like I said, or strapped in. I've been boxing for so many years. Doesn't matter if your thumb is strapped or not strapped. If you hit someone with your thumb, it really, really hurts. Right then. So again, I'm going to go down the knuckles a couple of times. So again, I'm going to go 3 down, or down the wrist, sorry, not knuckles. and then 3 up. Yeah, again, trying to keep everything nice and evenly spaced. Yeah, then I'm going to go round my knuckles. Now, this is when I'm going to wrap the hand in. Yeah, so you can see which way I'm coming over. So I'm coming under the palm, and I'm going to go round thumb, and then we're just going to tie that over and pull it over. And you can pull it in as much as you want. And I'm actually going to wrap the thumb twice. So wrap the thumb up again, then pull it over again. And then I'm going to crisscross over the hand. Yeah, so you're kind of sealing that in. So you're kind of filling this back bit in by wrapping up the thumb. And then again, over the knuckle, and that last little half a meter, I'm just going to lose round the wrist. And that's when I put the tightness in. Remember, start nice and loose, then you can tighten it up. And you can see I'm just covering my knuckles. I've got a bit of thumb support in here, and the hand is wrapped up nicely. Like I said, I think that makes no difference to your knuckles, but some people like it. Or that makes no difference to your thumb, sorry, but some people like it. Right, enjoy, have a play around with them. And I would suggest put your wraps on and off so many times so they still feel so comfortable that when you're boxing with them, you haven't got to worry about how your hands feel. You can concentrate on your technique and actually getting a good workout going. Right, hope you liked all the different videos and variations of wrapping your hands. Enjoy. And like I said, my name's Ian Jackson. I've been boxing for 30 years. I've done 50 professional matches. Like, follow, subscribe for more boxing tips and kind of fitness information. Have a great day.